Yo, look, if you're struggling with confidence in your life, or you've been taking L's in your life and just going through it, this video is for you today. I got a couple of things that I want to talk about that's really going to help you to start building momentum. The first thing I want you to understand is if you've been struggling, you've been taking L's, you've been going through it, life has been lifing, understand it's all about how you handle what you're dealing with. And it's all about your mindset. I promise you, you can look at what's going on physically all you want, but understand it's a mental thing. What I mean by that is, for example, if you've been trying something, because if you're anything like me, who've been going through the struggles that come with starting out, building your dream life, building a business from scratch, moving out of a life that was familiar and trying to step into a life that you actually wake up excited to do. Like, you know, like the people who you wake up and they literally do their dream job. It ain't them just going to job because they're clocking in. Well, there's a lot that comes with that. And there's a lot of roadblocks. There's a lot of setbacks. There's a lot of unexpected things that come with things like that. Same thing with relationships. And you have a choice. A lot of people, the minute you don't see things working, you think that you're not cut out for something or you're not built for it. Because I did the same thing, so I know, I get it. But it's all a mindset. And what I want you to understand is no matter what you're going through in your life, understand that success and failure is one of two things. For one, it's a choice. The best people, they decide if something is going to be a failure or a success, because you don't fail unless you decide, you know what, this is it. This is just what it is. But you ask anybody that's really won, they face failure. They just made a decision, you know what, this ain't it. You know what, if this didn't work, I'm going to try that. And if that don't work, I'm going to try this. And they just going to keep plugging until those failures eventually become a success. Point blank, period. So I want you to understand that success and failure is a choice. And it's a mindset. Whether you succeed or fail, y'all gonna keep hearing me go back to mindset, because that's the foundation for everything. Your thoughts, your thinking, and your beliefs will create your life, will create the action and the physical things that you see in your life. So I'm gonna keep harping on that because I need you to understand how important it is. So like I said, I'll give y'all a story. I just had a conversation with one of my little sisters, my 22-year-old sister, where she had some crazy shit going on, not even just the start of 2026, but within the last week. And I caught her saying, while we were talking, she was saying 2025 wasn't my year and this year wasn't my year. And I said, no. Hell no, fuck out of here with that. We're not doing that. Because what I ultimately wanted her to understand is we're coming up on the end of the first quarter of 2026. We're completing the third month, which is just the first quarter of the year. So I told her, essentially her thinking that this year isn't her year, or just throwing the year away as a wasted or a bad year. That's like in sports, in football or basketball, you having a bad first quarter and you think the game is over from a bad first quarter. No, that's just a rough start. I've seen plenty, more times than I could possibly count, teams that have a terrible first quarter and they come back and win the game. Hell, a lot of times I've seen by the end of the first half, they've turned things around. So like I said, it's all your mindset. And you got to understand, you only lose if you decide that you lose. You only fail if you decide that you fail. You only stay in a fucked up situation if you decide that you're going to stay in a fucked up situation. So I want you to understand, it's literally all on you. If you're not new here, you hear me say this all the time. Where you go and what you do in your life is literally all on you. And it is a mindset. So what I need y'all to do, if you're watching this, is to show some grit, establish some toughness and understand a few things. Number one, anything that happens to you, you built for it. I promise you. Just because it's uncomfortable or it's hard doesn't mean that you ain't built for it. Don't forget that. Number two, I forgot what I was getting ready to say. I'll come back to it. I hate when that happens. But anyway, we're going to keep it rolling. But look, I remember now. What's for you and what you're supposed to have will never miss you. You'll never not get what you're supposed to have. So all you really need to do is focus on yourself, the things that you need to do that would line up with the life that you want to live, the things that you want to have. And eventually you'll have it. Stop worrying about what you don't have. Stop putting your attention on that. Stop focusing your attention on the things that don't seem like it's working. Focus your energy, your effort, all of it. Focus that on what it is you want to experience. I'm telling you, and I know that's easier said than done, fam. Trust me, I know, because I'm still learning, and I'm not telling y'all something that I've already mastered. I'm telling y'all something that I've just been in practicing. But that's what comes with it. You got to start rehearsing and practicing how it would feel having a life that you want, having the things that it is that you want to have in your life, the relationship that you want to have. Don't tell me what it is you want. Tell me how you would be moving if you had those things. Tell me how that would feel if you were moving that way. That's how you start creating a life, because the more you rehearse it, the more you practicing. I'm going to give y'all this example, something that I learned. I'm going to drop this nugget and then I'm going to get ready to get out of here. What I learned was it's all just like a sport. If any of you all have played sports before, you didn't just come straight out playing a game. When you first join a team or make a team, you have workouts, you have practices, you have sessions, all of these things where you're practicing what you would do in the game plan, plays, all of these different things. Well, how that translates, and then eventually so that when the game comes, all you're doing is doing in real time, which is a real game, what you did in practice. Life is the same way. All it is when you decide what it is you want, you pray or you ask for whatever it is you want in your life, you ain't supposed to wait until the game and then be like, oh, okay. No, as soon as that happens, especially if you don't see things happening right away, understand that you have an opportunity to start practicing what your life would look like, what you would be doing, how you would be feeling, all of these different things before you actually get it. That way, in real life, when it shows up, you ain't shell-shocked or anything else. It's natural. It ain't even a big deal because you've been moving like you already had it. That's the whole game, is to be able to start moving. That's why, I grew up in the church, and I'm not making this about this because, like I said, I advocate for all backgrounds. I have friends of all different denominations, all different religious backgrounds, and I've seen it all. Christianity, Muslim, Hinduism, whatever you want to plug in. It goes across the board where it says to move like you already have the things that you want before you have it. It's so ironic that every single background talks about that. That's not by accident. So I'm telling you again because it's so important, and I don't want y'all to take as long as it took me to start doing that. You gotta start moving like you got what it is you want. Start practicing. Give yourself that permission to start moving. And then the last thing I want you to do is to do vibe checks. That's how you're going to turn your life up. Once you know what it is you want, you know what that would look like, what that would feel like, all of these different things. I want you to, throughout the days, throughout the weeks, throughout the months, because it ain't going to happen overnight, I want you to monitor who you are and how you being. And ask yourself, are you moving like the person that would have that life, that would have that relationship, that would have that money that you want, that would have that job or that successful business, that popping in that major platform. All of these different things. Ask yourself, are you moving like that person? Do you feel that way? And I'm putting emphasis on feel that way because your body keeps the score. Your nervous system, whether you're relaxed, you're in a peaceful state versus being in a stressful state or a state of worrying and concern and all of these other things, that's gonna really tell if you moving like you already got it or not. So I'm telling y'all all of these things because that's how you're gonna make your life happen. That's really how you're gonna make your dream life happen. And building confidence is the same thing. I know I was gonna talk about that. I'll just say that in another video. I just wanna talk about the people struggling. So understand all of these things. You take these things and run with it, you'll be exactly where you wanna be, I promise you. So if this video brought any value to you, first of all, I wanna say I appreciate anybody that's already subscribed and have been supporting me in this space. If I brought any value to you, I'm just so grateful to just be able to provide any value. So thank you. And to anybody that's new, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe. Share this to somebody that you know that could benefit from this video. Like and understand I drop heat every day. I'm just here to help the people. That's all. And if this resonated with you, I want you to know that I created a community to help people level up their life, to create the life that you want, building self-esteem, building confidence, and the self-worth to help you create the life that you want to live. So if that resonates with you, that link and that information will be in the description. You can click that link and I'll see you on the inside if that fits. And also, I want you to know that I also offer one-on-one coaching. If you're somebody where this resonated with and you're like, I need one-on-one personal help, I do offer one-on-one coaching opportunities as well. If that's something you're interested in, you can DM me over on Instagram and we can talk about it. So that's all I got for today. I want y'all to know and remember that where you go in your life and what you do in your life, that's 100% all on you, and you got it. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart, and until next time, peace and love.